Today marks the day, July 27th, and the trading week ahead has the biggest catalyst that everybody is paying attention to, not only for our meme plays, but for the overall market and some additional plays. That is the Fomc meeting on Wednesday, this upcoming week, July 31st, where they will either give some guidance on rate cuts or they won't. We also have the Bitcoin conference in Nashville. These are the two main catalysts people are paying attention to, and I want to talk about what big money is doing, how the markets are going to shift, and my expectations going forward. So hopefully you guys are enjoying your weekend so far. Make sure to like the video for me and subscribe to the channel. First things first that I want to get out of the way before we jump into some charts. Chinese stock short sellers unravel trades as crackdown kicks in. So short sellers over in China are taking advantage of sell-offs to actually cover short positions, and you could be seeing the same sort of thing happen in our markets, meaning the likelihood of a bounce has just increased, not only because we are very oversold, but also because short sellers may want to get out before some catalysts are here. However, I have good news for you. I personally am sitting in puts and I held over the weekend, and I know some people in Discord did as well. I don't think that time is here yet. We have only had a 4.8% correction on the SPY from the recent top that we had from the all-time high. I believe we need at least a 6% correction coming to the bottom of this zone around 533 at minimum for the S&P 500, and I think it is going to break down. One thing I can say, it did close above 543 on Friday, which is bullish for the SPY. If we close above 546.85 on Monday, then the SPY is likely to come test at least 551.30, if not back up to 556. Another play that I want you to watch, seeing rate cuts may happen in September or may not, is ticker symbol TMF. This is the 20-year Treasury. The leveraged treasuries over here, I actually had some TMF. It's testing a crucial resistance level at $50. It's also flagging out, and I think you're going to see what move this wants to make after Wednesday. Okay, AMC's chart really quick, closed at 518 on Friday. On balance volume is the highest that we have seen it. Bollinger Bands have been contracted for a very long amount of time, since January of 2024. So the entire year they have been contracted. This is the phase that we have been tracking right here, seeing AMC may see a very big jump this week and next week. So as of right now, based on what we're tracking, this is perfect. We got this bounce off of 460. We got a nice bounce all the way up to above $5, close above $5, and trading sideways but also to the upside. This matches the cycle basically to a T that we have been tracking. You want a slow scale up higher, and then off of this level, hopefully Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, you get that pop up to $6.30. That is very simple. That is what I'm watching for AMC. Before we get into some numbers, touching on GameStop's chart, closed above $24.13. I have said don't get excited until it closes above $26. Bollinger Bands have started in expansion phase, which we could hopefully see a bigger move out of. We are also sitting on the weekly. The Bollinger Bands look much better on the 4-hour. Two scenarios: you see a very quick flash down to about $20 before catapulting higher, or you see GameStop quickly test $32 and get rejected. Either way, right now we're testing support on this ascending support level that we have at $24. If GameStop breaks down on Monday and ends up closing, it's not going to be a good thing to see. It has yet to break under Roaring Kitty's average and close under that. If we close anywhere under $23.30, GameStop is looking very bearish. Overall, you are more likely, especially with what's happening with AMC, to see a bounce off of this level come Monday for GameStop. You could see a bounce on GameStop and AMC pre-market as well. Now, no doubt about it, Deadpool is one of the best Deadpool movies, just based off of several people's opinions. I have not seen it yet. Deadpool and Wolverine snares 38.5 million in Thursday previews, on pace for record opening, which is going to be good for the box office and essentially good for AMC as well. Also, Citadel was just named in a RICO case. Really no surprise here. Touching on some data really quick. Vortex short interest for AMC, 15.84%. We pay attention to that for the trend. Options chain for the week is looking more bullish than bearish, but really nothing crazy happening. Short exempts ended up dying down from the 25th to 26th. Obviously, the 25th, we had an 8% day, so they stacked about 4x the short exempts that they did when we trend sideways to the upside. GameStop options chain also looking bullish. However, price is too low for it to look bullish, but once we see a bounce options chain will be bullish for GameStop. Really not a lot of volume, really not a lot of short exempts. Moving on, Scotiabank is refusing customer withdrawals today, claiming a quote-unquote technical glitch. Bank of Canada's repo crisis is rapidly worsening, requiring $16 billion of liquidity injections in a single day. Banks are not doing well. Make sure to pay close attention to your bank, whatever bank you actually have, which is going to bring us into Bitcoin. 68,700 tested a very important level, 69,000. It actually broke above for a minute there. We are now in this range, but we're now in the top of this range. Bitcoin, you can see the wicks over here. It looks much better on the weekly. 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 times. So you saw 5 times try to break to the upside, 8 times try to break to the downside. Overall, Bitcoin's trend is technically still bullish, but just note that there are a ton of sellers above 69,000 on Bitcoin. However, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. will sign an executive order for the US to buy 550 Bitcoin per day to build a reserve of 4 million Bitcoin if elected president. What do you guys think about this in the comments down below? And Elizabeth Warren is straight tweaking right here. You can see it in her eyes. Just kidding, it's just a picture. But she says that foreign-owned Bitcoin mines in the US could be used to spy on military bases and bring down the power grid. I don't know, just figured I'd throw that in there. Apple, something to pay attention to as well, came back down to test the top macro trend line that it recently broke out of. And I think Apple actually has a shot at becoming very bearish as the market sells off. Sort of like Tesla, breaking down below a crucial support level. And if we bounce around 207, come back up to 214 on Apple, you could see a beautiful head and shoulders pattern to point us even further downside back to around 192. Keep an eye on Apple. Another one, MMM, up 23% on Friday, testing the 382 on the fib. If we break and close above 128.65, expect a move to around 144. Nvidia, something to watch as well. Wick down, actually looks really good on the weekly, showing signs of a bounce going forward, showing signs of a bounce across the board. If anything, I see a bounce Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday, everything gets slaughtered based on the Fomc news, or you see slaughter red days Monday, Tuesday, and then you see a bounce on Wednesday. I think Wednesday is going to turn whatever direction that the market is going in the opposite direction, and I think tech stocks are going to follow. Last but not least, speaking of turnaround, the S&P 500 actually ended up adding 850 billion of market cap in 24 hours after it lost 500 billion in 24 hours, which is just crazy, right? So a lot of bears stepped in, and then even more bulls stepped in, showing risk on in the market. Overall, guys, we had a ton of wins this week in Discord, and I hope to continue that next week. If you're not in the Discord yet, it's the third link under the video. Come talk with me. Come talk with the most amazing people, stocks and crypto all day long. I post my trades as soon as I take them. We also have options trading alerts in there. We post our gains, post our losses. It is a coffee a month, so come level yourself up. The second link under the video, where you can get up to 20 free stocks for doing nothing, is Moomoo. It's a free broker. Once you open an account through my link and make a deposit into there, you're earning up to 20 free stocks and 8.1% APY on your uninvested cash. So go do that, guys. You're also getting level 2 order book data for free, access to trading options, going long, going short, viewing other exchanges, and more. And the very top link, of course, under the video is for my custom indicator, in which you can add to your TradingView charts to help you trade. That is it, guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have post notifications on. I love you all. Utterly sucks out.